I'm Commissioner Nancy Jester, and welcome to Nancy Jester Reports for Tuesday, March 5th, 2019. So today we met as a committee of the whole, where we get information before our business meeting next week. And of course we had committee meetings today. Before I get into that, we didn't do a video last week and we did pass the budget. So I wanted to discuss that just a little bit because I've gotten some questions about the budget and the process and my vote, so I just want to give everyone my opinion and thoughts about budgets. So I'm very proud of the process we engaged in since becoming the chair of the Finance, Audit, and Budget Committee, also referred to as the FAB Committee. We have been much more systematic in reviewing our budget, and I think we've been very hawkish with our reserves, and we've been able to instead of seeing these wild spending spree amendments at the end of a budgeting process where people eat into reserves, we've kept that very tight and very conservative, and so we have just really instilled a lot more fiscal discipline into the process for the Board of Commissioners when we approve budgets. So I'm very pleased with the process. As far as how the Board of Commissioners is handling it, we still have work to improve there, and I'll talk about that later in the video, but it's a much more robust process. I still vote no on the budget. Why overall do I vote no after the process has played out and I'm happy with the process? Well, and there are a lot of good things that happen in the budget. Each year there's something that I'm definitely proud of as far as something we trimmed or something we got more efficient or whatever. Why I vote no is I just think that there's a bunch of functions in the budget, the DeKalb County budget, that aren't really, for me, philosophically legitimate functions of government. So, for instance, if I had to construct a budget, I wouldn't construct a budget where I'm paying for golf courses in the county. I think that should be privately provided, and we have a fee structure there that's upside down. It will never pay for itself. So basically, the county is subsidizing people playing golf and not even charging appropriate fees for it, and I just don't support that. We have a horse farm where we are subsidizing folks way below the market rate for what they would pay in other private settings. So we're undercutting private business there, and I don't support that. We have a number of services. We do a lot of senior center services, and I'm just not sure that that's really the best use of your tax dollars when so many of these things can be provided in the private sector. So there's just a lot of lines of business that we're in that I'm not a fan of, but what I am a fan of is for the dimes we are spending, even on those things that I object to, are we doing it as effectively, as efficiently as possible? And that speaks to the process of the budget, and I do think we're doing much better there in DeKalb. So I like to work on the process, even though in the end I'm a no vote for now. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into how I think about the budget. So today we had some updates in our committee of the whole meeting from Marta in the planning department. Marta had it was a very lengthy update, and I thought it would never end, but it did. And we learned some interesting facts. They have done a pretty robust job at updating bus shelters around the county, so that was good. And just various other statistics. If we get their presentation in electronic form, we'll throw it up on the website, and so you can see that as well. We went through a presentation from the planning department on story maps that they have in GIS that are supposedly up on their website. We'll put a link up as soon as they fix some of the issues we found of some of their maps with District 1. So, but overall, they could be very interesting. Let's see. We met today with folks between meetings in the Parks Department. We're working on the master plan for Pleasantdale Park. So that is something that we're looking forward to. We have a really great group of folks over there doing some wonderful work with soccer programming. And you will recall we sold a bit of that park to the school district so they could rebuild Pleasantdale Elementary. And we're able to capitalize that money and put it back into the park in some investments, some of the money. So we're excited about the future of that park. We also met with them for to go over the budget for Henderson Park and the improvements. You might recall a couple of years back I allocated $750,000, I think, of park bond funds from District 1 to that park to do a wide variety of improvements, from playgrounds to restrooms to tennis courts to all kinds of trails. So we are going over that budget because we want to make sure that everything we ask for has been spent appropriately, because we have some more projects to go. So we're and I really want to thank that Friends group and the City of Tucker now and their Parks Department for being very fastidious on keeping track of how we're spending that money. So that is really good. So today we did have Finance and PWI committee meetings. We didn't have a quorum for my Finance meeting because two of my colleagues that sit on that committee with me are out of town, so we didn't do any business in it. What I did do was give direction to staff about some future policy discussions that we need to have so that we can, as a board, pass some more financial policies that guide the good work we're doing. We've passed debt policies, we've passed investment policies. I think we need to pass some budgeting policies and some fund balance policies. So we're working on that. And PWI was fairly innocuous meeting. We got an update on the Snapfinger wastewater treatment plant. I continue to be concerned about that project. There's a number of change orders that will be coming to us. I intend to ask for audits on those change orders because it just gets very complicated. So I'm concerned about that. I asked when we will be meeting with the EPA next, because during the government shutdown, our normal meeting with the EPA and EPD got canceled because of the shutdown, so we couldn't have it. So I am told by the county that we will be, that they are trying to find a meeting date now. So we will see when that happens, and I'll update you on that. So with that, I will close, and join me next time for another edition of Nancy Jester Reports.